Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to take a journey with me back to a time when elegance ruled the roads, when craftsmanship wasn't a lost art, and when the name Rolls-Royce wasn't just a brand, it was a statement of absolute prestige. We're here to immerse ourselves in the story, the spirit, and the legacy of one of the most iconic vehicles ever created, the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, introduced in the year 1955. Imagine the post-war world in the mid-1950s. The world was healing, rebuilding, and for some, it was a time to indulge in the finer things life had to offer. Rolls-Royce, a name that had already been long established as the pinnacle of automotive excellence, unveiled a car that seemed to float like mist over the landscape, as graceful as its name implied, the Silver Cloud. This car wasn't merely manufactured, it was hand-built with meticulous care. Every curve of its body, every stitch in its leather upholstery, every gleaming panel under the bonnet whispered of quality. The Silver Cloud marked a departure from the more rigid and traditional forms of pre-war luxury cars. It had a more modern, flowing silhouette, yet retained that stately presence that only Rolls-Royce could achieve. Its long bonnet, gently sloping fenders, and subtly rounded rear gave it a presence that was both powerful and elegant. Underneath its graceful appearance was engineering that reflected Rolls-Royce's relentless pursuit of perfection. The 1955 Silver Cloud was powered by a 4.9-liter straight-six engine, derived and refined from previous generations. It wasn't about speed or acceleration in the modern sense, it was about smoothness, about the absence of vibration, about that feeling of gliding rather than driving. Rolls-Royce famously avoided publishing horsepower figures, saying instead that the power was adequate. It was a confident, almost cheeky statement, but anyone who sat behind the wheel of a Silver Cloud understood exactly what that meant. The transmission was a 4-speed automatic unit, delivering effortless shifts and contributing to that renowned, magic carpet, ride. The suspension was remarkably smooth, with a level of comfort that few cars today can even match. Driving or being driven in a Silver Cloud was not a matter of transportation, it was an experience of serenity. You didn't simply go from one place to another. You arrived, with dignity. Inside the cabin, the Silver Cloud lived up to its reputation. Lavish leather seats invited you to relax, hand-polished walnut veneer adorned the dashboard and door caps, and thick carpets absorbed noise, giving the interior an almost cathedral-like calm. Every detail was designed to convey luxury, but it wasn't ostentatious. Rolls-Royce has always understood that true luxury whispers rather than shouts. And while this car was beloved by aristocrats, celebrities, and heads of state, it was not about showing off. There was an understated refinement in everything it represented. A Rolls-Royce owner didn't need to boast. The Silver Cloud did it quietly, just by rolling up to the curb. Coachbuilding was another essential part of the Silver Cloud's identity. While the majority of Silver Clouds were built with the standard steel saloon body designed by J.P. Blatchley, a number were handed over to coach builders such as Mulliner, Park Ward, and James Young, who created bespoke bodies tailored to the desires of the car's elite clientele. These custom versions added an even more personal touch to a car that was already exclusive by nature. The Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud was more than just a car, it was part of a lifestyle. You'd find them in the motor courts of five-star hotels, waiting outside London clubs or Hollywood studios. They became the trusted companions of film stars, royalty, and business magnates. In fact, the Silver Cloud played a subtle but memorable role in countless films, always conveying sophistication, grace, and the aura of someone who had truly made it. The cultural significance of the Silver Cloud is profound. In a decade defined by rock and roll, jet-set lifestyles, and the birth of modern consumerism, this car was a monument to tradition, to refinement, to a kind of slow, deliberate excellence that contrasted with the rush of modern life. It reminded the world that some things still deserved to be savored. Though it was introduced in 1955, the Silver Cloud continued until 1966 across three distinct series, Silver Cloud I, II, and III, each refining and improving upon the last. But that first iteration, the Silver Cloud I, will always have a special place in automotive history. It was the last of the truly hand-built, classic-era cars before technology began to take more control of design and production. From a technical point of view, the Silver Cloud wasn't just about comfort. It was reliable, too. The engine was smooth but also robust, capable of long-distance travel in absolute comfort. Maintenance was expensive, yes, but when cared for, the Silver Cloud rewarded its owner with unmatched durability. Collectors today still speak in reverent tones about this car. It's not just a classic, it's a symbol of automotive artistry. Even now, when you see one on the road, everything seems to slow down a little. People stop to stare, to appreciate the craftsmanship of a bygone era. The value of these vehicles has only increased, not just in monetary terms, but in emotional and historical weight. But more than the specs, more than the reputation, the Silver Cloud left behind a feeling. It created memories for those who drove them or rode in them. Weddings, anniversaries, grand entrances, it became part of life's most meaningful moments. And for those restoring and maintaining them today, it's not just about owning a car. It's about preserving a legacy. In today's world of electric cars and rapid technological advancement, where screens dominate dashboards and AI guides your drive, the Silver Cloud stands as a reminder. A reminder of a time when driving was an art, when a car was a masterpiece crafted by skilled hands, and when luxury meant time, patience, and care. To sit in a 1955 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud is to feel the heartbeat of a different era. The smell of the leather, the warmth of the wood, the gentle hum of the engine, it's like stepping into a perfectly preserved chapter of history. One doesn't just admire it, one experiences it. And so, as we reflect on the significance of the 1955 Silver Cloud, let's not only remember it for what it was, but for what it continues to represent. Elegance, craftsmanship, class, and above all, the pursuit of perfection in a world that too often settles for less. Thank you.